freeze. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of On and We Are Here. You got me, you got Devin, and you might be asking, why do I sound like that? Why do I look like that? Why do I look worse than I normally do? Why am I even more pale than I normally am? Devin, I'm gonna tell you why.
You have a cold? No, you have monkey.
You know, basically, the first one, not the latter. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was immune. Thought it was. I didn't think it was over, but I thought it was just I thought it would skip over me at any point for the rest of my life. For the for however long I'm alive, I thought it would just miss me. But nah, the vid made a comeback. The vid made a comeback on me. I am on just some cool meds, and I got a fever right now, and I'm rolling my pants up and down as the podcast goes on because I'm getting like really hot, and then like really cold and like the chills. So it's still here.
Yeah, I'm gonna refuse to say things just so YouTube doesn't flag us.
Still get you. I got the test. I got the test. If you want to see it. If
you're pregnant.
If you want to see one of them, I do got the pregnancy test too. But it is here. So
that's the thing.
I've been asleep all day. Woke up, watched the game, hopped on the pod.
So you're telling me you have a cold? Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But I have a like usually like colds don't hit me like this. Usually colds.
For real?
Like,
you're hit?
Like us, like a little bit of the sniffles, and then it's like I'm good. This is like
you got hit with the Wuhan.
Yeah. I got hit with whatever, not the strongest one, but
no.
It's up there. It's up there. It's
really?
up there a little bit. But that's besides the point because we got week 3 football to predict.
Also, question: do you know how former and latter works? Because I've seen things that go both ways.
Would you rather be Bryce Young or work at McDonald's? And you'd say work at McDonald's, that'd be the latter.
I have no idea.
What do you mean? Devin, you're like smarter than me, and I don't know if you're like joking, like
No, I truly don't know which one's which in like actual English.
Dude, I'll take the latter. The latter is always the second one, the other one, it's not the first thing you say. It's the second thing. It's the how. I mean, come on. Like you're the smart one.
That's what I thought it was, and then someone told me otherwise.
I don't know. You just got to go with your gut on that one, brother.
No, the former is the first one. The latter is the second.
Yeah, that's how it's always been. I don't know who made you think otherwise.
I don't know. I can't remember, but now I'm confuzzled. So here we are.
We got NFL football. Week 3 to predict. We got Thursday night football to discuss. We got a little bit of college football. We got some fantasy football. But Devin, I guess we might as well start with this Thursday night football game between the Patriots and the Jets. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even write anything down for that game because it kind of just ended. So it was more of we just watched the game, so let's talk about it. First things first. I'm not gonna overreact to like the Jets offense looks even better.
Sure.
Because okay, yes, like week by week they've looked better.
They will get better, offense. Yes. Now, I mean, the Pats aren't a team that we can go out and say the Jets are on it right now, but
week by week they've also had easier opponents.
Sure.
So now we're at New England where it's like, okay, if there's anything you could give New England, it is their defense.
Mm-hmm. So, it is much better than their offense.
So it's not, the Jets looking good on offense versus New England, it's not nothing.
No.
But I'm not gonna overreact too much. But it is nice to see Aaron Rodgers still out there slinging that thing.
Awesome. Aaron Rodgers looked like Aaron Rodgers. And what was more impressive, I mean, obviously all the throws were dots. Through one incompletion in the first half or something like that. No, great throws out there. Balls that were in perfect places that couldn't have been touched by anybody else. I mean, he's gone seasons where he's thrown 4, 5, 6 picks. He doesn't make mistakes. But what was better was he looks fast. He looks quick on his feet. He's waiting in the pocket and then scrambles out. He's not an immediate get the fuck out of there. The O-line held up well enough. The run game wasn't great, but I mean, yeah, it was just a solid go score 3 touchdowns, play some defense, the Patriots were just kicking themselves the entire game. Holding call after penalty after whatever the fuck. It was just they never had anything.
But we knew what to expect from New England.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like the Jets D was suffocating. It was just mistake after mistake from the Pats, and the Pats stink.
What I called 24-10. 24-10 was my prediction. It was 24-3, so they didn't even get their touchdown.
What was my prediction?
Your prediction was 35-9.
Perfect. I was close.
You were going for an absolute blowout. I was. I mean, I got a 24. I said 24-10.
That's sick.
24-3. I mean, I'll take it, but like I said, there's not really much I can. I don't want to put all my money on Aaron Rodgers and the Jets offense yet. I don't want to start gassing them up too much.
No, of course not.
You know what the obviously the first game was the shakiest game, and then last week was who the hell did they play last week?
Tennessee.
Oh yeah, so I mean Tennessee, which was what, a one-score game?
One-score game, yeah.
Like 24-17.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Will Levis making like super duper rookie mistakes, it might have even been a closer game.
Yeah.
But and then versus New England, it's like I don't know yet.
There's not much that we can figure out, but what we have figured out is that right now they look good. Again, not making a shit ton of mistakes. The passing game looks good. Aaron wasn't relying on just Garrett Wilson. He wasn't relying on just Breece Hall or anybody. He was spreading the ball. Tyler Conklin had some great catches.
Lazard looked good.
Garrett got in there. Lazard got in there.
I love the Jets' backfield. Like it's.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like what I saw, but versus New England, versus Tennessee, I don't really know yet. I need to see them versus Buffalo.
Of course, but I mean, I think for what we expected them to.
What's their schedule looking like? The Jets schedule coming up the next few weeks. I'm kind of interested. So they got the Broncos, and then they have the Vikings. See, it's gonna be a while. All right, and then they got the Bills October 14th. That's gonna be
huge.
That's gonna be my biggest way to gauge the Jets.
Of course,
they got the Broncos, Vikings, and the Jets, and they got the Steelers.
Steelers defense after that, yeah.
Good defense. Then they got the Patriots again, and then they have the Texans. So those three out of those 4 games, I will be interested in that. But shit, depending on how Minnesota's gonna look October 6th, I don't know. Apparently,
the Minnesota, the Cardinals, they're all teams that are just, I don't know. There's no way to tell how good they could be. They could be playoff teams. We have no idea. But yet, we know who will not be a playoff team, and that's the New England Patriots.
New England Patriots.
I mean, and at this point, the reason I don't like the Brissett move is because they're obviously not ready to be a playoff team. They don't have the pieces. They don't have the offense. They have a decent defense. But yeah, go let your first-round pick develop on the field. I know there's shit to learn and whatever, but, I mean, Brissett, there's nothing he can do out there.
Well, I think the Brissett move, at this point, the Brissett move was more, I need to do whatever I can to get the most possible wins my first year as a head coach.
Sure.
Over, let's let one of our guys develop for a season. Because, it's like, did Cincinnati play like shit week 1? Sure, but who knows how poorly Drake May could have played.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they don't have a season opener where they all of a sudden, oh my God, they beat the Bengals. It's just I don't know, because in the beginning, before the season started, it was Gerard Mayo saying Brissett's the most pro ready guy.
Yeah, which he should be.
Sounds like you just
Um,
want the most wins, and it's not. I mean, but here's the thing: the statement like you're trying to make the best moves to get the most wins is like, duh, like duh.
of
Obviously, you
course,
feel that way. But when the most wins is like 6 or 7,
6. Yeah,
and instead you could have a rookie quarterback develop and maybe get 4 or 5 wins, but
yeah.
they go through a season. Um,
Well, I mean, I'm more afraid at this point that it's like, I mean, how bad do they think Drake May is going to be? What did they figure out in between draft night and now that is concerning them? I
you
mean,
know,
Minnesota was willing to give the keys over to JJ immediately, um, or more than likely would have.
I was gonna
Jaden's
say,
there.
were they though?
I mean, I think they would have.
But you got to really look at it though. So I don't know if that would have been a question. You go over to Denver. I think Brissett is more pro ready than the guys Bo Nix was battling for QB1.
1,000%.
If you go over to where I mean, obviously Washington, Jaden Daniels, there was no conversation. Caleb
No.
Williams, he was a QB1 before he even got drafted. Um, so
Penix is in
maybe
a terrible spot where,
Penix is in an awful spot. Which I mean, at that
I
point,
mean,
shit, New England.
but I mean, for Penix, maybe he wants to be back there, but I don't know.
I might have to hop on that idea of like, did something happen from when they drafted him to when they decided on who QB1 was going to be? Because you have that high of a pick, and you're going to be starting Jacoby Brissett. You're
Yeah,
drafting, you're drafting a weapon. You're not drafting Drake May.
exactly. Like, I mean, how much better is Brissett than Drake May? Obviously, Brissett hasn't gone out and thrown 4 picks a game like a rookie could, but at the same time, there's nothing that this Pats team can do against good teams
Well, I mean,
with
obviously
Brissett.
Drake May wasn't good enough because they're talking about another rookie quarterback that should be getting a shot in New England. Fucking Joe Melton.
Oh, yeah, Joe
So
Milton.
it's
Yeah,
like it's there's I don't know where the confidence went with Drake May. That it went out the window soon after he got drafted.
well,
Honestly.
I mean, I didn't want him. I wanted Jaden.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I knew we weren't getting Caleb. I had a little glimpse of thought because of the whole I don't want to go to the Bears bullshit. We're not going to the league if it's the Bears or whatever. But I personally I didn't think that Drake May was the guy coming from North Carolina. It's just not ACC is not the same as the SEC, and
It's
I
not a
don't know.
quarterback school.
It is if you're Mitch Trubisky,
Yeah, sure.
if you want to be a career backup. But
uh,
I mean, and then everyone talks about they talk about Bryce Young and all these rookie quarterbacks get thrown into Justin Fields, they get thrown into the fire, and it's like they have terrible teams. We saw what happened when an actually good quarterback in C.J. Stroud took over a team that had won 3 games the year prior. Um, it's like if they're actually good, we will see them play well early. Other than that, I mean, Justin Fields might not have a career. Bryce Young might not have a career a few years down the road.
yeah, and also at this point, I mean, it's getting more and more like these QBs getting thrown into the fire. Like that's just, I mean, and it's been like this forever, but it's got to be more and more accepted. Like it is what it
Agreed.
is. Like
They've done it for a while.
these quarterbacks are drafted, and we're gonna talk Caleb Williams in a little bit, but like these quarterbacks, like they're drafted pick one for a reason. Like that
Yeah,
team is one for a reason.
but why are we drafting QB so high if you can just go get a backup
That you believe in,
and maybe get a piece and yeah, you believe he's pro ready and you believe that you're going to win more games with him than a rookie and then bank on the future of a UNC quarterback. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a good
It's weird.
question, Devin. It's a good question. You want to predict these week 3 games?
Sure.
Let's predict these week 3 games. So first game we got Giants versus the Browns. warm-up game for Cleveland, hopefully.
Hopefully. I mean, the Browns have
Um,
not looked Browns-like.
I mean, they looked better versus Jacksonville than they
Of
did
course.
versus Dallas, so I can say that.
Yes.
But I mean, there's not much to say. Cleveland better beat the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, even the Giants don't have hope for Daniel Jones. I don't know why they ever did, because that was Saquon's team when they made the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, the Browns better pull this shit off because it's getting stupid.
And this game right here, this next game is 100%. Like, this is the reason why. Like, forget all the calls, the things that we think make the NFL look scripted. This is why we know the NFL is scripted. We got Green Bay versus Tennessee.
Is it scripted?
Take a second. Why is it
Malik
scripted?
Willis?
It's Malik Willis versus Will fucking Levis. God damn
It's
it.
not scripted,
The
but yes,
matchup of
this
the
is
century,
happening.
Devin. The matchup
Yeah.
of the century. No.
Well, they were saying.
They told Jordan Love, go down, squint, and wince. You gonna sprain your MCL? Because
Maybe.
we knew Malik. No, maybe. Obviously, this is
Well, they're saying
fucking
that
retarded,
he could.
but
They're saying he could come back for this game.
he shouldn't come back for this game.
He
because
definitely shouldn't, especially if they initially said something to 6 weeks, 4 to 6
they
weeks
said
for
4 to
his injury.
6. We need this. This is for the culture, Devin. This is the who made the right decision. Did Tennessee pick the right guy? In all actuality,
both are bad.
You're right. In all actuality, it doesn't matter at all.
Doesn't matter. No one cares.
But it was funny when I saw Green Bay versus Tennessee, and I was like, son of a bitch. Malik Willis gets his
I mean,
back.
it'll be like we'll talk about it for a few minutes, but they both suck. Obviously, Malik is on he's on a better team, a team that has some potential. The Titans obviously have old receivers who still can be good, but I don't know. This game can go either way. Malik could shit the bed and throw 5 picks.
I don't think this game goes either way at all. I think Green Bay, to me, I mean, I thought going into Indianapolis, Green Bay, I thought Indianapolis was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And after I saw how easily Green Bay won, it's like, nah, they're gonna go to Tennessee and they're gonna probably catch an easy dub.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how I feel. That's what I think. I'm gonna go Green Bay.
I mean, this is gonna be, in my opinion, probably one of these weird, low-scoring, whatever games. Might be close. Who knows? Probably.
Give me like 21-6.
I mean, maybe like a 16-9 or something stupid.
Yeah, dude, give me
like it's not going to be
21-6, dude. Tennessee's not.
It's not going to be a blowout.
Tennessee won't score.
An actual part of me wants to say the Titans. This is their first win, then it's going to expedite the process to get Jordan Love back.
Go ahead.
Tennessee. He's rooted in nothing. It's truly like, if anyone wants to shit on me, do it. It's rooted in nothing. I don't care. I picked him.
Chicago versus Indy. Like I said, I do got some Caleb Williams talk, but I'm gonna save that for after the predictions. You know,
it's another one of those fucking games, dude.
Do I
16-7?
It's like this is a weird game because it's like, all right, you got Caleb Williams who got shit on week 1, and then week 2, obviously didn't look too much better, but didn't even get the crutch of like, we won,
sure,
because they lost. So
now they didn't get shitted on.
No.
By
I
the
mean,
Texans,
like he
we
got
thought they would
shitted on week 1. Oh, sorry, the Texans.
I was just talking like that game.
Okay.
I was expecting a bigger win from the Texans, but he threw 2 not great picks, whatever. Didn't look great.
But
got sacked.
See, I mean, I'm thinking more. I was just talking more shit on like just how people were talking about his performance after week one,
Mm-hmm.
including ourselves. But there's really no hope in
But
Anthony Richardson.
there is hope.
No, there's not.
There's hope that he will be a linebacker at some point.
Yeah, no, there's hope he changes to a tight end at some
No,
point.
I don't know. I mean, he can launch the fuck out of the ball. Maybe he'll develop at some point. Right now, he doesn't look like he's able to run this offense the way it should be run. Still has Jonathan Taylor, if I'm not wrong.
But
Michael
if you're not
Pittman.
wrong, but
I don't know. These running backs bounced all year. I don't know.
but here's the thing: is Indy good enough as a whole to possibly catch Chicago slipping?
I don't even know if it's like to me. I put both these teams on a similar level.
I mean, I think Indianapolis
They
played
have
a
a good
lot better.
offense if it all clicks.
I think Indy played better versus Houston than Chicago did. I mean, we at least already have that to
Yes.
compare.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going Indy.
Huh?
I'm going Indianapolis.
I was gonna say Indy, but to me, this feels like a game where Caleb might have to separate himself.
Okay.
And I mean, for me, it's like the Bears fans, the entire league can have all these expectations on who Caleb should be, and he should be pro ready from the second he walks out there. And it's like, give the kid some time. Obviously, he thinks he's pro ready, but it's the NFL. You never fucking know. I want to see him play well. I think it'd be exciting. I think he's still a better all around quarterback than Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Bears. Bears.
Going Chicago. All right.
Chicago.
Okay. Houston versus Minnesota. Okay. Look. Are they really gonna?
Maybe.
Minnesota's not about to
Maybe.
be 3-0. There's no
Maybe.
way. There's no way. There's no way.
Dude, you remember that season when Sam Darnold went 4-0 with the Panthers, or 3-1 or something.
I can't accept it. I can't accept it yet.
And you thought, dude, you were the first guy on the Sam train. That was one of the first takes I shit on you for.
What I do? What?
You were hyping up Sam Darnold and the Panthers like 4 years ago when they started off like 4-0 or 3-1 or something. Oh yeah.
Do we have like audio proof of this?
It was either audio proof or there's text messages or something. But yeah, no, it was. I remember it. So now you can run with the Sam Darnold love if you need to. You're not hopping on a train.
No. I can't.
Well, when they go 6-0, I mean, we'll see.
I mean, if they if they go 3-0, we'll see.
If they go 3-0, then.
I mean, this game is. I don't know, bro. Like it's scaring me because it should be a gimme. It should be Houston, easy. Mm-hmm. But according to Brock Purdy, Minnesota, their defensive scheme is crazy. So if they can rattle the Niners, can they rattle Houston? I'm gonna say not enough, and I gotta go with the Texans.
See, George Kittle is questionable.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, their whole offense is shot.
Their whole offense is
it's bad.
Yeah, deployed. Depleted. Deployed? What did
deployed is not the word. It's depleted.
Depleted.
Which is good to see. I don't think anyone.
No, I mean it's definitely not good to see. Like
no, it's not good to see in terms of the injury, but it's good to see Brock Purdy have to fight for something, and we can figure out now kind of where he's at as a quarterback.
Gotcha. Going Houston.
Fuck. I feel like I'd be an idiot to say the Vikings, but I already picked Tennessee, so I'm already a fucking idiot.
You really want to go Houston? Do you really want to do that?
I didn't like the way the Texans looked last week. I didn't like the way their defense looked against Indy, week 1.
Okay.
I think Jettis can expose some things in that defense. Fuck it. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm going stupid this week. I might
Minnesota.
go over
Philly versus New Orleans.
the Saints.
No. All right. I'm gonna
I
cut this
might
shit.
actually pick the
No, I'm
Saints.
gonna cut this shit right now. All right.
Fuck.
Look, the Saints aren't gonna score 40.
No.
They aren't gonna get blown out, but they're not gonna win. I'm going
Is AJ
Philly.
Brown back?
Philly should have beaten Atlanta. Let's be real. And then I looked before Jalen threw that pick. They had a 97% winning chance of winning that
Oh
game.
yeah. No.
They had a 97% chance of winning that game.
Everyone said the game was over.
The game. I mean,
I said it.
Philly should have won that game.
I said it. I said it in the third quarter, or like no, halfway through the fourth. You were like, you watching the game? I was like, no, the game's over. Eagles are gonna win.
Philly is.
AJ Brown didn't practice today.
I don't care. Philly's a lot better than their loss. They're winning this game. They're beating New Orleans. If I can't hop on the Minnesota bandwagon yet, I'm definitely not hopping on no New Orleans bandwagon yet. Can't do it.
It's in New Orleans.
I don't care.
No, I've already decided. I mean, I've already ruined my record for the entire
you
season.
can always go back and change your picks.
Once I'm set, I'm set. I might have to change this one, but New Orleans.
Oh my god.
This is very stupid. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
even like you.
Something is getting into me.
Like you think people would think you're just like trolling for like attention or something.
No, I
like,
truly believe that the Saints at home can put it on the Eagles. The Eagles aren't as scary as I think that they were.
All right, the
Chargers. As I thought they were.
Chargers versus Steelers.
Fuck.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little worried.
Now, the Chargers are going to be relying heavily on the run game. I mean that front.
Well, it's really how much are they going to be able to rely on that run game versus that defense, and then when they have to open it up, are they going to be able to?
Are they going to catch it? Are they going to be open? What's going to happen? I mean,
but does Joe Alt baby T.J. Watt the way he babied Max Crosby week 1?
Does TJ play right side?
Left end. So right tackle. So the right tackle. Yeah, it's gonna be TJ versus. They're gonna match them up.
Yeah.
They're gonna match. That's a thin wire to like put your trust in.
Mm-hmm.
You're like a thin tightrope you're walking on. Like, all right, like is Joe Alt gonna hold up TJ enough for the Chargers offense to open it up? I have no faith in the Steelers offense. Still.
No.
But I really feel like Pittsburgh might walk away with a dub here. And the Steelers are going to be, for some reason, they're going to be 3-0.
Yeah, and they've done that before. I mean, they went 8-0 one season?
Yeah, well, that was like when they were, like really good and had like a 3-headed monster. You're talking about like AB, Le'Veon?
No. I'm talking Claypool and Juju.
That was
JJ
and Claypool.
Well, that's when they started talking all that shit.
That
called
was
JJ.
what, I did. I was making fun
and then
of you because I was stuttering.
Were they a first round exit? I can't remember, but they shit the bed.
Steelers win a lot of games. That's the point of that. I'm going with Pittsburgh though. That's what I'm rocking with.
I'm going with the Chargers. I can't trust Pittsburgh. I think the Chargers, if their run game can get going a little bit early, I think they'll be okay. If they get shut down early in the run game, I think they're fucked because they have no passing game to go to. I mean, a little bit, but it's not reliable yet. But honestly, I think 2 touchdowns and a field goal or 3 touchdowns can win this game because the Steelers are not putting up 24, 30 points.
Okay. Denver versus Tampa Bay. Give
Give
me
me
3-0.
Tampa Bay. I want that all day.
Yeah, give me 3-0 Bucks. No
That'd be
question.
nice to see.
Carolina versus Vegas. Andy Dalton versus Gardner Minshew.
Oh, fuck.
Vegas, no question. Max Crosby's going to eat for generations off this game.
Yeah. I mean, it will be cool to see the old, what'd you call him, the Red Rocket?
Red Rocket, but he's going to be on his ass most of the game. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, he will.
It's Vegas all day.
I mean, there's a possibility he gets booted mid-game.
Probably. There is a good chance. And Bryson should come right back out.
I mean, he's old, hasn't played in a few years. The Panthers still suck, regardless of who their quarterback is.
Yes.
So,
Miami versus Seattle. Is Tyler
Skylar
Huntley
Thompson?
QB1? Who's starting?
Who's QB1?
Who's QB1 for Miami?
Oh, dude, if it's Snoop,
Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking Tyler Huntley's Miami Dolphins if it's Tyler Huntley. I'm going with Seattle if it's Skylar Thompson.
You get an actual somewhat decent running threat at quarterback.
Give me Tyler Huntley. Give me Tyler Huntley in Miami. Mike McDaniel.
Because I mean, we saw. I'm gonna give props to the Bills defense. We saw Tyreek. We saw that offense get shut down, and that was with Tua.
Yeah. How good is?
But I think with the Tyler Huntley, this offense is a little bit more dynamic if Tyler can throw the ball well enough. Which if Tyreek can get busted wide open, then should be some easy balls out there.
What you got on the? You got a report on it?
Oh, I'm stupid.
I thought you were pulling up who was going to be.
I started talking.
What you got? Skylar Thompson?
The Dolphins have real and earned confidence in Skylar Thompson. That is bullshit.
Give me Seattle.
Why does Mike McDaniels, all he does is lie. He's like, oh, yeah, Tua is the best thing we got.
You going Miami or Seattle?
Shut up. Seattle. I think they'll have a good defensive scheme. I think Thompson's going to get got to a lot, and I think Charbonnet is good enough. And I don't know if they have Kenneth back or not, but Kenneth would be a huge piece.
He's still questionable. Might possibly still be doubtful. I don't think he's playing.
Okay.
But they got Charbonnet. They'll be all right. All right. Yeah. The game I'm probably most worried about this week, just because, it's my team.
It's your team. Yep.
4 o'clock in Dallas. Baltimore versus Dallas.
I forgot to consult you before tonight's game because I forgot Aaron was playing tonight. I have Aaron and Dak as quarterbacks.
Who'd you start?
I started Dak.
Good job.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. I did have the thought. I was like, Marlowe's going to be out there.
Yeah.
Honestly, put Kyle Hamilton in coverage of CeeDee Lamb. And just
we'll need him back there playing safety, covering all the mistakes that's happening.
I know, but there's some mistakes that are so bad you can't fix them.
Yeah, you could just get rid of him. You could cut him. You could throw Nate Wiggins in there, who's still a little injured from his car accident, and probably still play better than Marlon Humphrey.
Who?
Nate Wiggins.
Oh, gotcha.
Our first round draft pick.
Clemson?
Yes.
Think so.
Either way, he got. You don't remember? You didn't see the report of him getting in his car accident?
No, I didn't. I forgot about it.
It was after the Chiefs game, and he was out.
They returned to practice.
Well, that's cool. That's great. But here's the problem: he's not going to be playing, and I don't know who's going to be stopping CeeDee Lamb. The Ravens will make Brandon Cooks look elite. Will the pass rush get there? I don't know. Maybe. If they do, CeeDee Lamb will be open. at least we don't have to worry about some like stupid run game they have. But just like the Raiders, you obviously don't need a run game to beat the Ravens.
Yep.
And then let's go to the offensive side of the ball for the Baltimore Ravens. So you got Lamar Jackson, who in some people's eyes is carrying the Baltimore Ravens, and in other people's eyes, aka Bills fans, he's the most overrated player in the NFL.
Yeah.
Now I'm on the train of Baltimore has completely failed Lamar Jackson and disappointed Lamar. And if it goes any further, I might have to go on some type of like deeper rant about
Yeah,
that.
like if this game is really bad and say next week is
Like if we're winless,
really bad.
going into October, like it's gonna be a problem. But who's stopping that pass rush?
Yeah, I
What
know.
is who's unless we're just praying on Lamar being able to extend the play, pray Zay can get open on some broken coverage.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Well,
gonna
I mean,
they're gonna know every time we hand it off to Derrick Henry. Every time Derrick Henry gets the ball,
of
every single
course,
person in America knows what's
yes.
going on.
Derek's never out there if he's not running.
But go ahead.
But I mean, we saw bad defense from Dallas last week. I'm assuming that they're gonna. I mean, last week was more. It's a more unexpected team to do such a thing. Pretty sure they're gonna have a solid game plan for you guys, and maybe be able to carry it out. I want to see y'all win.
That's cool.
Y'all need a win.
I'm
It's
a
in
Ravens
Jerry.
fan.
It's in Jerry World.
I'm a Ravens fan. I want to see us win too.
I'm not a Ravens fan.
That's what makes it worse.
I'm a Bills fan. Thank God I'm not. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Imagine being in the fucking cold all the time.
Yeah, being a Mac Hollins fan.
Yeah, imagine being a Mac Hollins fan.
But enough of that rambling nonsense. I can't pick the Ravens.
Really?
I can't
I'm
pick
picking
the
the
Ravens.
Ravens.
The Ravens have done nothing but disappoint me so far this season. After the first game, it was for most teams that didn't perform at their highest. It was, oh, they're a little rusty and they'll bounce back, next week. And a lot of teams did. And Raiders were supposed to be one of them. They were a toe away from at least tying the game up, possibly winning the damn game versus the Chiefs week 1. And then they come out and
Blow a
just
lead.
shit the bed.
I mean, blow a convincing lead. That game should have easily been won, and it was, defensive mistakes.
Yeah. So, play calling is our biggest.
Agreed.
Besides our offensive.
Is it Todd? Is it Todd Monken?
Yep.
Okay.
The genius.
The genius of Todd Monken. I mean, did well last year. Lamar won MVP.
Yeah.
Except for the AFC Championship game.
Yep.
Where they ran
So
the ball 5 times.
Dallas. I'm going Dallas. Dallas is winning.
I think the Ravens will win.
Oh.
I think the offense will click. I think the 2 tight end mush is going to work. I think Derek's going to bust one open. It's going to be nice.
We'll see we suck.
What, Zeke Elliott's going to run all over you guys?
Probably. Probably. We suck so bad at protecting Lamar, right?
Mm.
That putting 2 tight ends out there is just going to make it harder for guys to get open. I'm just going to throw another slower guy and 2 slow guys out there compared to throwing another receiver out there. Oh, wait. Who's our other options besides Zay? Maybe Rashad Bateman. Yeah, we can still keep banking on the hope that he breaks through eventually.
That's a failed experiment.
Aguilar. Oh man, I would love
Nelson
Aguilar burn. No. Ravens are not winning this game. Dallas, probably by 10.
I mean, you guys have done better with worse. So
you're going with Baltimore?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's hopeful. San Fran versus the LA Rams. A lot of hurt people in this game. No
Is Puka still
McCaffrey.
up?
No McCaffrey. No Puka. No.
No Debo.
No Debo. No.
Kittle's
How's
questionable.
who?
Ayuk's playing.
Ayuk's playing. What's his name? Cooper. Cooper
Cooper
Cup.
and Puka. I think Puka's out.
Puka's out. Now Cooper Cup. It said he avoided the pup list, but I don't. I mean, that means he avoided, not playing 4 games. Does that mean he avoided playing
Is the
this
pup just
game? I don't know.
preseason or is that like a
No, it's physically unable to perform. You missed 4
okay?
games.
Gotcha.
Um,
So yeah.
is Cooper playing?
No. Cooper's out. Christian's out. Puka's out. Debo, Kittle, a few others. Cool.
Give me the Niners.
The Niners still have a much better defense. Maybe they can pull something together with Ayuk. Maybe he can make himself worth the money. We'll see. But, I mean, the Rams, this is a gettable game for them. I mean, this is more than likely going to be their best shot at beating the Niners this year. I'm not sure when they play them next, but they'll probably be more healthy. Still have Tutu Atwell and whoever their running backs are.
So who you going with?
The Niners.
Okay, 49ers. Detroit versus Arizona.
Yeah, that's weird too.
Another third straight banger game for Detroit. Like Detroit has had just the matchup after matchup. It's just been good games. The Rams, the Bucks. Now they get the Cardinals, which in the beginning of the year we might not even have thought this would be some exciting matchup. But it is. And here's my thing. How good do you think the Lions are right now?
They're pretty good. I mean, dude, it's impossible to. I don't know. Continue.
I know it's
I'm lost.
impossible. I know it's impossible to gauge how good they are right now. But I'm saying, I was in the. I had the idea that they're a top 3 NFC team, and I still think that's the case.
Yeah.
But the way they played at certain times versus the Rams, that game was very winnable for LA.
Mm-hmm.
And then LA turns around and plays like absolute shit
Mm-hmm.
versus Arizona. And then I looked at Detroit playing Tampa Bay as a gimme for Detroit.
Yeah.
So, maybe it's
Bucks,
my expectations.
sure.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about is, how good me or you think they are.
I mean, with all of the hype that this team has, with all of what they should be an offensive powerhouse. Did not show up last week. Scored 13 against the Bucks. I'm just afraid of how good the Cardinals might be and how, I don't know, maybe a little bit more dynamic they are.
See, I think Detroit's going into this game like all gung-ho on containing Kyler.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
That's going to be...
He's tough to contain if he's playing well.
I know it's tough to... I know it's easier said than done. But I do think that's okay, but I mean that more in the sense of they can go in saying we're not letting Marvin catch a ball, or we're gonna force them to attack with James Conner, or we're gonna eliminate James Conner. But no, we're going to eliminate Kyler Murray as a rushing threat.
Sure.
And they have the weapons to do so.
Sure.
I do think Arizona's up there. I do think Arizona is a lot better than we thought. But Detroit's gotta stand on some type of business at some point, and not there's no hump to get over. There's no convincing to do, but it's just like I said, the Rams, I was kind of iffy on. It should have been a gimme versus Tampa Bay, and then it kind of shocked me. I personally just convince me, just beat Arizona convincingly, contain Kyler, just win the damn game.
Yeah,
I want to see Dan Campbell hype.
Of course.
Give me Detroit.
I don't want to see what's his name, Jonathan Gannon. I hate everything about that guy. I also haven't heard or seen anything from him since he did the firework thing.
No, haven't heard him speak once.
Same, maybe twice. My thing is, it's like Aiden Hutchinson got to Baker 4.5 times last game. They still lost the game. I don't think Aiden's getting to Kyler nearly as much, if at all. I mean, they will sack Kyler at some point, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a threat. Just if Kyler can look like he did last week I mean, getting the fuck out, throwing bombs, looking like old Kyler, it's going to be tough for the Lions to contain him. I mean, they might be able to contain his running, but if he can roll out and put the ball where it needs to be, then he'll look good. But I don't know if this Lions defense is going to be as much of a threat, especially if the Lions offensively aren't going to look like they did last year.
Well, see, I just feel like I don't know going in scheming versus Tampa's offense. I don't really know if containing Baker or getting to Baker is the main priority.
Sure.
And while it's like, yeah, Aiden Hutchinson got to Kyler or got to Baker 4.5 times, and it wasn't enough. But I think the way the Bucks are, like the way the Bucks operate and the way the Cardinals operate, you can get to Baker 5 times,
Yeah.
and that's not going to be the end all be all for the Bucks offense. If
Sure.
you continuously are getting to Kyler Murray and he's not able to extend that play, the way he has been doing so far this season, what are they gonna? I mean, what are they? What is their plan?
Well, my thing now is like, I mean, the Bucks obviously have a deeper threat in Godwin and in Evans. I mean, even if Kyler gets sacked, it's not the end of the world for this team because they have the ability to get long first downs and do things with the ball with long distance. Because, I mean, you look at the Patriots, they get a third down, they're fucked. They got nothing. They suck. I think the Cardinals might have a shot. Also, again, the Cardinals could put up 3 points next game and we wouldn't bat an eye. So
Okay.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
I'm not mad at that. You honestly almost convinced me to go Arizona, but I truly feel like I don't know. I feel like it goes either way. Like if you can contain Kyler and just get the Cardinals on their toes in the sense of like, all right, what are we gonna do in the sense of play calling or just scheme wise, or if you completely flip that on its head and say, all right, let's just make Kyler do everything.
Yep.
Let's eliminate everything else. Let's eliminate James Conner.
Yep.
Let's eliminate the
Eliminate
deep
Marvin.
threat of Marvin
Yep.
Harrison. And let's
I
let
mean,
Kyler run around. And
that's what was the game for the Cardinals was those deep bombs.
so
If
I'm
they
moving around with
can
Detroit.
cut that off, then I mean they got a better shot than just trying to contain Kyler because Kyler's very dynamic when he's playing like he used to.
KC
We'll
versus
see.
Atlanta. KC versus Atlanta.
Kansas City.
Yeah, shout out to Shane, but that's Kansas City all day.
Again, I would like to see the Falcons win just because it's against KC, but
yeah, it'd be cool. But it's not happening.
I mean, the Chiefs are bound to lose a game at some point, maybe. I mean, maybe they go undefeated in three-peat. Maybe this is the best season of all time.
At this point,
honestly, I just want to get it over with so I never have to hear. Like, I want years of turmoil after this.
We'll see. It's
go get your three-peat, but just dissolve as an organization after that.
Like, but it'll be nice to get over it just because it's like, and the comments are all in like, oh, we're jealous, but honestly, like not to compare them to a team as boring as like the Denver Nuggets, but it kind of gets to a point where it's like, all right, like,
sure,
you guys are really good.
We know you guys are good.
Okay. The Warriors. It was like, all right, like you guys.
Dude,
cool.
when they fucking almost three-peated, and when they swept the Cavs in 2018, it was like we know like, okay, they're fucking good.
Like you guys are really good.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's move on to the next era.
But
please.
I swear to God, I mean, when the Chiefs win, I'm saying when, I shouldn't be.
No way.
I know. If they win a third.
When?
Oh, we're going to four-peat? It's like, dude, can we put an end to this? I want to see one other team.
It's gonna go on. You don't think Shaq and Kobe said we're four-peating after the three-peat? Come on now, you know they did.
Not one, not two, not seven.
Come
Whatever.
on now, they're three-peating. They're beating Atlanta. Jacksonville versus Buffalo.
Jacksonville doesn't scare me at all. If Buffalo look like they did against Miami, they can. Was that their last game?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
That was right last week.
My memory stinks. Yeah, I think if they can get the run game going, they have obviously a threat of Josh Allen getting that passing game going. What the fuck is a 7:30 football game?
Yeah, doubleheader on Monday night. You know how they rock. They do that every
So
year.
no one's watching our game. Cool.
No, nobody's
Great. The one primetime game we get is not primetime.
But
that doesn't count when there's two games.
Jacksonville and Buffalo.
Fuck.
Jacksonville. I still believe in them. Have faith that they are. They are a good team. But according to Buffalo fans, Josh Allen already won MVP this year. They're in their fourth straight year as a Super Bowl contender or potential. They have Super Bowl potential for the fourth time in a row. Which there was a time where they were in a Super Bowl for the fourth time in a row, and it didn't pan out as well as they expected. But that's besides the point. They already have an established number one receiver that me or you, we didn't know about.
No, I mean, there's a difference. Again, there's a difference between a number one on a football team, because that's what you have, and there's a difference between a number one who can go to the majority of football teams and be a number one. If Stephon Diggs came back, still a number one. If Justin Jefferson came, if Terry McLaurin went. There's so many guys who are going to be a number one over Shakir. Can Shakir be the number one for this team? Yes. Mm-hmm. He's not a number one anywhere else. No, I mean, with any other good receivers.
There was a time for Baltimore where Marquise Brown was the number one receiver.
Without a doubt.
Once he left Baltimore, he was no longer a number one receiver
anywhere.
Ever, and he never will be again.
He never will be. No.
So, sure, do the Bills have a number one option that they're going with right now? Yes. I guess. Is it because their second best receiver is a fucking rookie? That also might be potentially why.
I would like to see them get the ball to him.
Yes. Especially
I want to see that
team. Damn.
Huh?
Especially for the fantasy team.
Yeah, I've got him on my bench right now because he's not getting targeted.
But yeah, with that being said, I'm going Buffalo.
Yeah, I got Buffalo.
To the Bills Mafia, chill out. Y'all beat Arizona, who according to y'all was nothing. Y'all only held them to 290 yards. Only. And then y'all beat Miami, and apparently,
which is funny because all the Bills do is shit on Miami, and then the second they win, they go, "Dude, Miami's a fucking beast of a team."
No, well, they didn't. See, and I read, some of the comments when we were talking about Josh Allen, I saw it was something like, "Miami sucks. They're like Tua's 3-11 versus teams with a record above 500." And it's like, so why are y'all so pressed about beating them?
Yeah, sure. Okay,
if they are,
if they suck so bad.
Yeah, it's like, why are y'all so this is like New England wasn't doing this when they were just rolling over Buffalo and rolling over rolling over Miami and the Jets during their dynasty, during their run.
Oh no.
I'm saying New England
they looked at every other team in the East as peasants.
Yeah, for some reason the Bills have like this feeling that they are number one in the East, but also feel like they also show they show their insecurities by proving like, oh no, like no, Miami's good.
They have Tyreek Hill.
But then for some reason then they beat Miami, and it's like, see, you got it backwards. If Miami beats Buffalo, it's gonna be, well, Miami's dominant. Like they got the best wide receiving core in the league, and even Tua, who's not gonna be able to get the ball to them. It's that conversation. So because they won, Miami sucks. If Buffalo loses to Miami is top.
The thing is, we've been fans of Josh.
Yeah,
he's awesome to watch.
I mean, I am. I am a fan of Josh
but
Allen. I'm not letting
just
Bills Mafia affect that.
it's just this dumb like. I mean, if we don't say that Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the world and Khalil Shakir,
Is a top
whatever the
four
fuck his
receiver.
name is, get the fuck out of here. I mean, yeah, all to the Bills. You're still not beating the Chiefs. Have fun.
Yeah, nah. It's
No
like
one's ever gonna beat the Chiefs.
honestly, the East ain't even a gimme.
Nah,
Keep
y'all
letting
got A-Rod.
keep letting the Jets get better.
Exactly.
Keep letting it, and honestly, this Jags game ain't a gimme, but we'll see. We'll see. I am gonna go Buffalo though. It's crazy. We talked
Of
all that
course.
shit. I'm going Buffalo though.
But we weren't even talking shit.
Not really, but it's more of just chill out,
I mean, I'm
relax.
going Buffalo, but I just for the sake of it, be nice to see him lose.
Just for the sake of Bills Mafia, it's like it'd be
And
nice
that's
to
the
see y'all
thing
humble.
about the NFL. Games are
Well,
won and lost.
yeah, and another thing about sports is just fans ruin everything.
That is true.
So yeah, that's
Because you're from an area now, you have to sell your soul to Josh Allen's ball sack.
all
Get the
right. And
fuck
then
out of here.
the final game. I'm sorry, Devin, but it's Washington versus Cincinnati.
Honestly, I might be glad that we're getting doubled up. I hope that our game's a blowout, and I hope that the Bills Jags game is close, so that everyone watches Bills Jags and no one tunes in to see how bad we are.
Yeah,
We
it's
do get the later
probably
start, so we are the last game on. Fuck.
it's a blowout. It's Cincinnati all day for me.
I got Washington every step
No,
of the
you
way.
don't.
Yes, I do.
Come on, Devin. At least
Nah,
like you
fuck
you
it.
you screwed yourself with some of these picks. Like, just be real.
Maybe I did. I don't know. I may have.
Okay.
Um,
Um.
but I could be. I could have that third eye, and is the third eye in the back or the front? My brown eye is back doors.
So you.
Um,
All right.
but
So you
no.
going Washington?
Yeah. I mean, I already said it.
But like, why?
No, I already said it. They're an auto pick
No, but like, why though? Like, why? Like, why affect your record
because
on the
I'm not
podcast?
gonna be the fan who picks against his team and gets fucked. I'm not shitting on you, but I've done
Oh.
it before a lot.
Oh.
I've gone half seasons and only picked the Commanders, and then I decide to pick against us, and we go out and win. We go out and have good games against the Eagles, or we do whatever the fuck. I want to see us win. I think the Bengals are still gettable. They had a great game last week, and they should have won that game.
Mm.
But yeah, this is the NFL. This season's been weird. The offenses have obviously been down. Yeah.
So just a question, like, who's stopping Jamar Chase?
I wish I knew players on my team because I don't follow my
Okay.
team because we
Okay.
suck that bad.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Honestly,
Just curious.
maybe like E. coli.
Okay, but like just to be extra sure, like you're going Washington
Yeah.
to beat Cincinnati.
Should I change my theory on Washington? No, I'm not.
Probably. Like,
I'm dying. Fuck them. Who
okay.
cares?
All right. Okay. Washington. All right. So there's our picks. We got all our week 3 predictions locked in. All right. Some things I want to talk about. We kind of already talked about Bills fans and everything, but I want to talk about the a couple of things with Caleb Williams because
Yeah.
I'm honestly bringing the Caleb Williams subject up to be fair.
Mhm.
And what I mean by that is we shit on him a lot.
Mhm.
But
But I also think that
criticize him.
we try. But I think we try. We criticize him to the expectations that he is put at.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if like we criticize the fact that he is expected to be this and is clearly not that yet. If we looked at him like a rookie quarterback, it'd be a much different situation. But with the level that he thinks he's at, and the Bears think he's at, and the NFL thinks he's at, it's different. So I think it's fair to criticize him for his expectations, but in all reality, who cares?
But there's a couple things that aren't fair. One thing that really bothered me, and I only saw one little clip of it, but it bothered me because I had the same feeling when Baker was a Brown.
Mm.
Do you remember when Baker was a Brown and somebody's dad started posting clips of their son being open on plays?
Yes.
That was Odell Beckham Jr. or Odell Beckham Sr., should I say, was the one posting the videos. Now, Rome Odunze's dad has already posted clips of. I only saw one play. Me personally, I don't know how many he actually tweeted or posted. But I'm already seeing, after week 2. Well, actually, this was from week 1, so I don't know when he posted it, but it was from the Tennessee game. Odunze, runs a post in the end zone. He's wide open. Obviously doesn't get the ball.
Sure.
But that is not, like, I don't care how bad Caleb Williams has started off his career or season or whatever. It was wrong when Baker was considered a bust and Odell was considered still like a token on your offense.
Sure.
And Odell's dad was pulling that shit.
Well, when it was Odell and Jarvis Landry, and Jarvis got more targets, and then started to shit on Baker for not throwing him the ball or whatever. Which clearly we saw who was winning that matchup currently.
Yeah, we saw that.
Obviously, Odell got a ring, but whatever.
But just it's definitely not right when you got your franchise guy that no matter what, you're gonna want the most. You're gonna want him to have the most confidence possible. Obviously, especially after that Houston loss, he didn't look the most. He definitely looked a little drained.
Sure.
He definitely looked a little like what have I gotten myself into situation, but it's fine.
Sure.
They'll be all right. But the dads need to stay out of it.
And it's like, at least Odell had a career.
I guess, but it's still like that is such a rift in the locker room that is.
No, it's a horrible thing. But your son is a rookie receiver. Like, and you're playing with a rookie quarterback. Yeah, I don't know.
But just to go out of your way to create a rift in the locker room when you're not even a part of the team.
No, you shouldn't be involved in any of it.
You need to keep your mouth closed. This is this is social media 101 for every family member, parent, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Just shut up.
Yeah. Don't post videos of your son or your stepson bonging with a gas mask.
Don't like Laramie Tunsil. Like, what are we
Laramie
doing?
Tunsil.
Like,
now Laramie Tunsil's had a great career.
And what he doesn't realize is this hurts Odunze way more than Caleb Williams.
1,000%.
This
is not
way more than Caleb Williams.
Yeah, if anything, there's, at least from a media perspective, there's more questions about Odunze than there are Caleb. Just in terms of, if anyone were to, in a hypothetical situation, go, it will be your rookie receiver over the quarterback you've poured literally everything into.
100%.
So, yeah, all this does is create bullshit. Rome Odunze should be good in this league. Quarterbacks miss. Caleb has played 2 NFL games. The fact that it's bad for Caleb. The fact that everyone looks at him like he should be this pro-ready quarterback who's on a pro-ready team or whatever the fuck. Give him a few weeks. Give him a full year. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, like I said, we sit here, week by week. We're going to discuss. We're going to talk about how well he's playing week by week.
Of course.
But we're 2 random guys on the internet talking. We're not.
Sure.
We're not the father of your fucking receiver that you're playing with, talking to every day, practicing with every day. Like, supposed to have this bond and relationship with. Like, that is a problem. You if I'm Odunze, I'm like, bro, delete it now.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that ever again. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, 1,000%.
And the other thing with Caleb Williams that I thought was like kind of corny that people were clowning was the conversation
after the game
and Caleb. Okay, so you're rolling your eyes. How do you feel about it?
It's like, let's find every single possibility to shit on Caleb.
Okay,
and I don't know. Did you listen to the audio?
Yes.
Okay. He didn't really say anything.
Who?
Now, I get the respect level of, like, listen to him, whatever. Caleb seems to be very emotional, just in general.
We know he's
Just
emotional.
lost a football game. He's, what, the same age as C.J. Stroud, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if not, they're
If not a year
this
difference.
close.
Um, I don't know. I mean, it's weird. I mean, it's not like C.J. Stroud was sitting there giving him, like, world-changing advice.
I mean,
It was like,
okay.
keep your head up, or whatever the fuck he said. I can't remember.
But people are sitting here shitting on CJ for talking like a vet or whatever, and yada yada. And people are shitting on Caleb for seeming all like what's the word I'm looking
Sure.
for? Just not really wanting anything.
Standoffish.
Yeah, he didn't really want anything to do with it. Now,
Sure.
like you said, A, the man is definitely very emotional. B,
Sure.
he just got like his ass kicked. He's been on the ground for the last 3 hours fighting for his
Yeah.
life. Like,
Yeah. He's pissed.
bro, I think bro gets it. But you know, there might be a level of like, bro, why are you trying to like talk to me like I'm some like you're some like you're not
Like,
like you're not Aaron Rodgers.
exactly. And it's like, yes, CJ had a great year, and he's a great quarterback. And I don't necessarily want to shit on CJ for trying to do that.
Well, you can't be well, you because you gotta respect what CJ did his rookie year.
1,000%. But I don't know. I feel like Caleb would have treated Aaron or Tom or any more experienced quarterback differently. But I don't know. In my opinion, it's a little overblown. I can't remember exactly what CJ said again, but
He was just keep your head up, it'll get better or whatever. You're
it
good.
was like
You're really
trust
good.
yourself, and it was like, I don't know.
But it's like, okay, do I feel like Caleb should in certain ways look up to what he did as a rookie?
But
Yeah.
to me, I feel like Caleb has this supreme confidence in himself, and I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing, but he probably thinks of himself on the same level or on a higher level than CJ Stroud, and it's probably just a respect thing. Honestly, cool. Let's have a little fucking young quarterback competition.
But
Turn
at the
this into
same
something.
time, I just feel like CJ's allowed to talk that way.
In a way,
Most rookie quarterbacks don't come in and play the way CJ Stroud played and come
no,
in
of
their
course not.
second year with the expectations that CJ Stroud has. CJ Stroud
Thousand
is
percent.
allowed to talk this way to a man that is struggling and knows exactly what position he was in a year ago.
A thousand
It's
percent.
just how it panned out for CJ Stroud.
1,000%. But I no, CJ was coming from a genuine place. He was trying
Yeah, he
to, like,
wasn't trying
just
to little boy him.
no. I mean, yeah. Again, I mean, Caleb was emotional on the bench the entire game, fucking pouting his lips and fucking just I don't know. I don't want to shit on him for that either. He was getting sacked like a motherfucker, and
Well, CJ don't got no
it looked
reason.
terrible.
CJ don't got no reason to go out of his way to build up some other young rookie or some young quarterback's confidence.
Sure,
Unless it's just out of actual like being a genuine, just
sure,
genuinely wanting to do it. Because let's be
yeah,
real, bro. Like, I don't want to bring him up, but like, because we might talk about it, we might not. But like, Shedeur ain't walking up to Caleb Williams if he beats him, and is going like, "Keep your head up, bro."
no,
He's shitting all over him, talking
sure,
all the shit he wants. He might shake his hand, depending on what Caleb Williams said the week before on Instagram. But
yeah.
you know, I don't know.
The thing is, it's like Shedor's not going to have the opportunity to talk to CJ Stroud. You know,
But you know, I don't
he's
know.
not
Like
going to play.
I still, but you at the same time, I feel like Shedeur,
Isn't it crazy that we get more hate from the Bills and the Chiefs than Colorado?
Colorado fans. Well, that's because they're
Awesome.
not real fans.
No, they're
Colorado, the Buffalo, there's no herd. There is no, there is no herd. But yeah, Caleb Williams. For once, we actually, I guess, defended a little bit.
a little bit. I mean, again, I still don't agree with a lot of shit that he does or says or whatever. But yeah, give the kid some time. He's still probably a prick, and I don't know if he said anything about what CJ said to him or the situation, but I mean, it's benign. They're going to play a full NFL season, and we'll see how good Caleb is.
All right, if you're I got a question for you, Devin. If you're the Steelers and Russell Wilson's healthy, what are you doing?
I mean, are they paying? They're not the ones paying Russ, right?
To be honest, I don't know where that money's coming from.
I think it's the Bengals, not the Bengals,
The
the
Bengals.
Broncos. Um, I don't know how hurt.
It's a calf strain.
Okay.
I think he's expected like week 4, week 5.
Then honestly, I think at this point, I think you still put Russ in. I think if Justin plays any better, then there will be conversation. Um, but no, I mean, if it doesn't get better than what it is right now, this team needs offense to really take this team to the next level because obviously we know their defense will be good.
Do you think the Steelers will have that mindset if they are 4-0 when Russell Wilson's healthy?
No.
Here's
I
my
think if
issue.
Kenny Pickett was 4-0 last
Oh,
year,
okay. Sorry,
they wouldn't have benched him. I think if Kenny Pickett was leading a winning team, I don't think they would have taken him out.
So here's the problem. Healthy, I think you go Russell Wilson. If you're just picking from Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, I think you go Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Justin Fields has not really done much of anything.
No, again, 2 weeks, the only time he's, I don't know, played with his team.
Say they steal a win from the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
They're 3-0. And then next week they play the Colts.
I mean, shit, we both picked them. I don't know if you picked them. I picked the Chargers.
You picked the Chargers, yeah. So, say they go next week after that and beat the Colts. And they're 4-0. Now, here's where you're in a weird situation. Say they go with Russell Wilson, week 5.
Lose.
To the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh. You can't change a quarterback against the Cowboys.
You can't.
And then it's like, if the Steelers play well against the Cowboys, it's just this ongoing cycle, and Justin Fields is going to take a team to the playoffs.
So if I'm Russell Wilson, I'm coming back either next week for the Colts or I'm waiting till after the Cowboys and I'm playing the Raiders.
Sure, yeah.
Because I do think Russell Wilson will get his opportunity, but I think it's all about when he gets his opportunity. Because if he gets in his first game versus the Cowboys and say they're 4-0, 3-1, say they're 3-1. Because I mean, if they lose these next 2 games, then I don't really think it's gonna be much of a conversation on who they need to play. Because I think it's gonna be on how lackluster their offense is.
If their defense wins them both of these games, and I mean, I don't know if I'm still.
If they do, if they're 4-0. Do you make the quarterback move? That'd be such. In any other scenario, it'd be why would you switch a quarterback when you're 4-0?
Yeah,
it's like why would Milwaukee,
I mean, it's just such
Milwaukee change their head coach when they're doing good?
Agreed. Yeah. Fuck Doc Rivers. It's just honestly for Russ, it's a horrible time that he went to this new team and they picked up Justin Fields to be a kick returner, which was obviously just jokes.
I don't know if that was.
I like to think it's a joke because that's fucking silly. But then, to get hurt and now your team's 2-0 and on the doorstep of 3-0 and 4-0. And I mean, we have no idea how good this team can be. And if they can get that right, if Najee can start playing well, if they can start fucking scoring touchdowns, that defense is going to hold up well, but we'll see.
All right. Well, I guess if we had to give a final answer, I'd say go with Russ. Go with Russ.
I don't know how I feel. I don't like Russ anyway.
I don't really like either of them, but it is what it is. All right. Final thing before I would move on from the NFL, at least real NFL. We might get into the fantasy land of the NFL. Bryce Young. So last time we talked about Bryce Young, it was obviously when the news came out that he was being benched. But obviously, all week, reporters have been asking, everybody on the Carolina staff, players, questions about the Bryce Young benching and what it really meant. And we kind of talked about it and what we think it meant. But I think some of these quotes kind of made me start to question what the whole idea behind benching Bryce Young is. So let me ask you again, what do you think it meant for Bryce Young to get benched after the Week 2 loss? For his future, I guess, with the Carolina Panthers.
No, I honestly think that this is a team that has some weapons, and I think they've played a full season with very similar weapons last year, played 2 horrible games this year. I think they want to take a quick look, see if a vet can at least get the ball to these guys enough to give this team a chance. Um, Obviously, they don't want to play like they did last year and lose almost every game. I don't know if it's telling about Bryce's career. I don't think he's going anywhere still. I think this is going to be a few week experiment. Obviously, if the Panthers win fucking 3-4 games, they're going to stick with Andy Dalton. But if it's just as bad, I think they'll end up sticking back with Bryce. I don't think it's this crazy end of the world for Bryce unless Andy Dalton goes out and starts winning football games.
So they were asked about were they considering trading him. They say it's not something we're really considering. We have a great situation with our quarterbacks right now with guys that have experience, so we love where we're at, and we're all hands on deck. We're focused on playing the Raiders this week. When asked if former number 1 overall pick still had a future here or could be a franchise quarterback, the delivery was the same. Absolutely. This is a developmentally minded program, so the development didn't stop. Every rep he's out there, we're evaluating the whole thing, and just continuing to push all of our guys, including Bryce, to take the next step. Every day is growth, possibility, and opportunity, so we're fully committed to that role. He took a lot of the scout reps today. He was in competition periods with the mixed group. Those are some of the things that he's taken on as a number 2 quarterback. Blah, 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 blah. I wish I could answer it differently, but that's truly it. It's all hands on deck. Everything we got because we have a really good opponent who just came off a really good road win. Dalton spoke on him and said, Bryce is awesome. It's a tough situation on everybody. I have a different perspective on it. I'm starting to think, and I kind of hinted at this last episode, but I wasn't totally sure. This might all be a just protection thing. Like, I'm not going to be shocked if it comes out eventually that, like, Bryce was pulled aside and they were like, look, this team blows.
Sure.
And every time you
let Andy Dalton take the fall.
Like, I mean, I'm not going to, like, look, let's be real. I know it's just one instance, but it's like, we don't want you to, like, have a Tua situation. It's like, you're getting killed out there. Like, you're getting smoked.
Yeah.
And maybe not the sense of a Tua situation, but I just mean, like, he is getting obliterated.
He's getting got
that
to. That
offensive line sucks.
Yeah.
We know we're not gonna win nothing. So let's lose this year.
But let's lose with But
it's not gonna be your fault. It's not gonna be your fault. Because last year it
got pinned on him.
Last year it got pinned on him for some odd reason.
But it also gives them the ability to say, I mean, if they do have a good team, and maybe it is all Bryce's fault, they can now figure that out.
But I think I think there may be a situation where they were kind of like, look, we're gonna let you rock for the rest of the season. Hey, if Andy Dalton plays even worse than you, which he probably will, we'll throw you back in. But for now, we need to heat the cool off on you. Because if you're going to be, here's the thing, if you're gonna be a franchise guy, and if they still have plans on you being the future, they're not gonna bench you and make it such a big thing and let it be such like an attention driven thing. Like it's like, all right, like why does Bill Belichick not want Tim Tebow on his roster? Because it draws too much attention to a backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina's perfectly fine with their attention drawn to the backup quarterback because it's Bryce Young.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's going to have that attention drawn to him continuing on in the future because he's still going to be QB1 for the Panthers next year.
Yes.
So I think, honestly, there's shit we don't even know about. I feel like there's some other things that
Yeah,
we might not know about.
it's not straight up Bryce sucks. This is like the end of his career. He's gonna get traded. He's gonna get Trey Lance or whatever the fuck. Because they did Trey Lance 30, and maybe Trey Lance does actually suck, and hey, maybe Bryce Young actually sucks.
Maybe.
But yeah, I think if Andy Dalton can play well, they'll figure out that Bryce Young stinks. If Andy Dalton does it, it doesn't really tell him a whole lot other than the Carolina Panthers suck as a whole.
Well, yeah, I mean it's also 2024. You're not starting a future with Andy Dalton.
No.
So this is.
But it will show them that they might need to go out and get someone else.
I guess.
I mean, if this team is like really good, which again they won't be, but if something miraculous happens and this team starts winning games by a lot of points, then it could tell something. But I don't think that'll happen. I think this is just I don't know if I call it a waste of time, but maybe just a needed break for Bryce.
I put it to you like this: if they look crazy good with Andy Dalton, and they still keep Bryce, then we all know that this was the plan the whole time.
Yes.
But I don't know. I think they're gonna stick with Bryce with with Bryce. Fantasy.
And I don't think they'll look crazy good.
No, I do not either. Fantasy.
Yeah.
So I got my fantasy team up. I got a couple questions because I don't know what to go with, but I did have one player already play this week, and that was my tight end Tyler Conklin with 19 points. I was very happy with that. I have Josh Allen playing Jacksonville. I have Najee Harris and Tony Pollard as my running backs. Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs as my receivers. I have Zay Flowers in my flex. Do I keep Zay Flowers in as my flex over Olave and over DeAndre Swift? And Kenneth Walker is on my bench right now because he's questionable. So if Kenneth Walker becomes active and I start him and move Tony Pollard down, does he get the nod over Zay?
What's Zay projected?
15.
12?
Tony Pollard
15.
Projected 18. We got Olave projected 16. We got DeAndre Swift projected 16. But these are all projections. I'm not banking Olave's projections on shit.
Yeah, agreed. I don't think Olave is the move. I think if Kenneth plays, I would say
play all three running backs.
It's just more guaranteed points.
Yeah.
Because Tony's going to get the ball. Zay might not see the ball. So
then do I go with... So if Kenneth doesn't play, do I go Swift over Zay?
That's different.
Swift versus Indy or Zay versus Dallas? But I don't know. Chicago's O-line sucks too. I don't...
And they haven't ran the ball much. Or have they?
I'm gonna keep Zay in if Kenneth Walker becomes
only
healthy,
move him if Kenneth. Yeah.
That would be my moves, and that's about it. I'm keeping Seattle's defense in over Dolphins. Well, they play each other, so I'm picking Seattle's defense.
Sure.
And then in my other league, I'll finish. Let's go over it now.
Yep.
Ramondre Stevenson had 1.8 points. He had 1.8 points, Devin. 23 yards and a fumble.
A bad fumble, yeah, that sucked.
Josh Allen, Chuba Hubbard, Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, Pat Freiermuth, Christian Kirk in as my flex. Now let's talk about that. I put Christian Kirk in as my flex. I had Keon Coleman in my flex, but I was like, no. I have George Pickens as an option. I also have Kenneth Walker as an option, but he's questionable. So if Kenneth Walker is available, I think he easily goes in over Chuba Hubbard. But then the question is, who goes into my flex? Chuba Hubbard, Christian Kirk, or George Pickens? Or Keon Coleman, if you're considering him.
Chubb or Kirk?
I think so. Say Kenneth is healthy. Chuba or Kirk? I say Chuba over Kirk versus Buffalo.
Sure.
But no Pickens? No Pickens, period? Last week not playing him helped me. The first week not playing him hurt me.
Sure. I don't know. I mean, it depends if what that offense can do. Um,
I think I keep him on the bench.
just feel it out.
I think I
Game
keep him.
time decision. You got a few game time decisions.
I do.
I don't really have that.
Kenneth Walker is just my biggest. He's the domino. He's the domino.
I suck at making fantasy decisions, so usually what I do, I base most of my shit off projections.
Well, let's take a look at your team then.
Yes.
So first of all,
Dakota Rain.
can I just ask you a question?
Sure.
Because we already talked about it before I let you go on with your list. So you did start Dak over Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers got you 32 points.
32 points on my bench.
Do you think Dak beats that?
I think he can. Probably won't. I don't know. I mean, if Dak has a bad game, I'm starting Aaron next game. But early on in the season, I could trust Dak a little bit more than I could trust Aaron. I think I was right both times, so we'll see. But yeah, Dak could go out and throw 4 touchdowns and fuck everybody up.
I mean, Dak had a better fantasy performance in versus New Orleans than Cleveland. He had 25 points versus New Orleans. He had 18 points versus Cleveland.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, what else you got?
Yeah, Dak stinks. Yeah, Dak, Derrick Henry, James Cook, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf. I still got George Kittle in there. He's questionable. We'll see if he plays. Zach Charbonnet.
If not, which is...
Huh?
You got Dalton Schultz if not, so you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. Charbonnet, 2 defensive players. I can't even fucking spell one. I can't say that his name. Koromoa, whatever the fuck. Owusu.
You got Parsons on the bench. You might want to consider playing him. He might have a career day.
Yeah, but again, I think linebackers are the move.
He might have a career day, Devin. I'm not gonna lie.
Probably not.
He might.
He could.
He might judge.
I don't trust Christian Watson yet, but I know there's going to be games where he's going to score some touchdowns and fuck up my bench. Still got Gus down there. Bucky Irving.
Christian Watson will be a good like bye week filler.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a good backup.
I'm keeping Kittle in there for now, just to be hopeful. If
I will keep Kittle, yeah.
Charbonnet is projected 9.2 points right now, but I don't think Kenneth has been ruled out yet. So last week it shot from like 9 to fucking 20 once Kenneth was fully out. So we'll see.
Well, if Kenneth plays, he will be. The fact that he's questionable going into a Friday. He's probably going to get limited reps even if he plays.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not too sure.
And then today I picked up the Packers D against Tennessee.
Interesting.
Tennessee blows.
All right. Before we get out of here, I got some college football. Still not many exciting matchups. Going into week 4 of college football. We didn't discuss Colorado getting their blowout dub versus Colorado State last week.
Who cares?
I figured you'd care.
No, I'm kidding.
That's your favorite team.
What, CSU or Colorado?
Shedeur Sanders.
Shaduki?
He got the shit on Colorado State's quarterback in the middle of the field.
Yep.
Now, it's obviously too late to really how do you feel about it? But
yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I don't know. I mean, it's foolish. You had Dion in the press conference saying, put your shades on. They don't like that. It's like, we're starting wars with the wrong people. If you truly want to be a top-level organization and a top-level program for college football, CSU should not even be a thought. Like, Alabama's not beefing with Western Kentucky. That's not a thing.
LeBron,
like, if you want to be a top program, go fuck up some top schools. Quit shitting on the little guys. Now, last year, they should have whooped them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very close game, and that showed a lot in their season. This year, they whooped them. But I don't know really how much it shows because they got a tough. I don't even know if they have a tough schedule. But
LeBron doesn't care about Dylan Brooks.
I pisses him off a little bit.
No.
A little bit.
No.
In all actuality, does not care.
No. What I mean by that is, okay, yeah, you get annoyed in the middle of a play. Sure, do that. When that whistle is blown, when that when the game's over, he is not a thought in that man's head. Period.
Nope.
Shedeur was so bothered by him talking on Instagram. Mind you, countless people talk about Shedeur on Instagram.
Everybody, yeah.
He was so emotionally disturbed by him doing that after defeating him, proving he was the better quarterback, they were the better team. He didn't have the sportsmanship to walk up, shake his hand. Because I'm not going to lie, being the one that talked a bunch of shit and then getting shit on and still having the courage to come up and stick your hand out is, to me, bigger than the whole be the bigger man. Like because people keep saying to Shedeur, be the bigger man. Honestly, I think the bigger man was the one that like talked the shit and was like, ugh, good game, bro. Like, you kicked my ass. Shedeur, look, I get it. I get the whole like people are like, well, everybody else is allowed to talk, and then Shedeur being like, I'm human. I get it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I get it. And like and I'm a nobody. And I see shit people say sometimes that's like, fuck you. But at the same time,
of course,
I don't know. It's just like Shedeur has Shedeur. I don't know. He made himself more unlikable when he didn't really need to. When he had a chance to be a winner, walk off the field a winner, have no drama, no issues, no nothing. Bring your O-line as the biggest PR move ever to your press conference. Everything you can do positive, it's there. But then what's talked about the next day? Not your win, not how much better your offensive line played, not a little bit about Travis Hunter, a little bit.
Sure.
But it's all about how
touchdowns.
you treated Colorado State's quarterback after the game.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's completely okay with that. They're so fine with that being the headline about Colorado's football team.
Because they played CSU.
Dude, they went back the next day and practiced with Instagram tags on their jerseys. They don't care.
No, they don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit.
This is marketing. This is not how good we are at football. So, I mean,
I'm gonna tell you.
I don't know.
We'll see. Right?
I don't understand how people are fans of this team. Clearly, they're a low-level Division I team.
We'll see next year.
Lower level.
We'll see next year how much we'll see next year how much Deion truly cares about coaching when no NFL team gives him an offer.
Well, honestly, we're going to see next year, how NFL teams are going to look at Shedeur Sanders. Well, are they going to think he's the number one pick?
I'm not even talking Shedeur. I'm talking Deion as a coach.
Deion is going to fuck off and do something else.
Well, I forgot. I think it was on a Jeff Teague podcast. Somebody on Jeff Teague's podcast, they were saying like, hey, Florida State keep playing the way they keep playing. They might have a spot open. It's like, okay, let's think.
That's true.
Let's think in a world where Deion's alumni school is asking him, come coach for us.
Yeah.
If he really, really, really wanted to coach, he's taking that job.
Yeah. If he wanted to coach college.
Florida State.
Because he says he doesn't want to go up and coach the big boys.
So, we'll see. We'll see. Florida State, though, they're 0-3. We didn't really talk about that.
Dark.
But, as a Gator fan, I can't say much.
Who'd they just lose to?
Memphis,
yeah.
But you know what's crazy? I am a Gator fan.
Mm-hmm.
We do suck.
You guys are 0-3?
No. We're 1-2. Relax.
Oh, you guys beat Stanford. My bad.
Bro. Come on.
I'm shitting on the wrong guy.
One of the biggest rivalries in college football. But no, we do have a better record than Florida State, which is fun. So that 1-11 matchup down the road between us and Florida State is going to be really, really fun to watch.
Yes.
Or the 1-10 matchup, whatever it is. But either way, Florida State, University of Florida, it's weird to see both of, us and them just completely suck.
And it's, not shitting on you guys, but for you guys, it's more expected.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like, by a mile, the fact that this team is coming off an undefeated season. Like a true undefeated season.
Oh, and talked a lot of shit.
And was distraught after they missed the playoff.
They get Cal.
Who?
They get to play Cal this week, so they'll probably finally get a dub.
I mean, I thought Memphis would be an easy dub. I thought
Boston College. I thought Georgia
BC would
Tech.
be an easy dub. They thought Georgia Tech
I
would be
thought
an
they
easy
would be
dub.
3-0 right now.
They should be. But yeah, no, clearly no chance at a playoff anymore. They're going to be fighting for wins at this point, and any wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen anything this bad.
And then,
Coming off of an undefeated season to now a defeated 0-3. It's weird.
And then Florida gets to go over and get smoked by Mississippi State. We are on the road to 1-11, Devin. I'm we're not almost there, but we're like it's I see it. Like we're
Do you still want to see Lagway, or do you want to see Lagway over Grammertz?
I mean, at this point, we can just go full Bryce Young and just like protect Lagway. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, Lagway there's still some issues with Lagway. I mean,
of course.
I mean,
freshman
Graham Mertz, just when it comes from dropping back and passing, looked better versus Texas A&M than Lagway did. But at the same time, neither of them looked great at all.
Sure.
So I don't know. I don't
Arch
care.
Manning.
1-11. That's what we're gonna be. Arch Manning. Sure. Yeah, he did.
Arch Manning starting. Busted a 67-yard fucking touchdown.
It's because he's not a Manning.
That is not a Manning. Who gave that boy legs? That's nuts.
I don't know.
No Manning's ever done that.
I don't know whose kid that is, but that's.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what that is.
But yeah, he gets a start. Texas is going to be good. I mean, they're playing Louisiana Monroe, whatever.
We don't care about matchups like that. I think Devin. I think that's it though. I think we talked about everything we need to talk about. We talked about fantasy football. We talked every week 3 matchup. We talked Thursday night football. We talked some college football. We talked about Caleb Williams. We talked about how crappy Bills fans are. Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. Baltimore. Do they suck? Probably. Is there anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah. Watch football. Or don't. Don't live in Buffalo.
Don't. There's nothing wrong. I'm not gonna shit on the whole. I'm not gonna shit on the whole city of Buffalo. Like it's whatever. It's just Buffalo Bills fans. Y'all gotta.
Just all of Buffalo.
Y'all gotta relax.
The entirety of Buffalo.
It's
all they have.
Just take it down a little bit. Just relax, bro. Because like I don't know. It's just Buffalo fans talking to me as a Ravens fan, telling me like, what do you have to be proud of or whatever. It's like, I mean, what the fuck do y'all gotta be proud of, huh?
A Super Bowl in 2013. It's a real thing.
A Super Bowl, period.
2,
and
actually.
2 times MVP as my quarterback.
Actually, 2 Super Bowls, and the Bills haven't been to one since. Now, granted, the Redskins haven't either, but it's whatever. Yeah. I don't look at my team and expect things.
But also being a Ravens or Washington fan has nothing to do with how we feel about the Bills.
No, I could care less about the Bills.
Bills fans have a problem with our take on the Bills because of our fandom.
Yeah. And then the Chiefs hate us because we shit on them. I don't know. It's weird.
I believe they lead the league in like most consecutive wins with less penalties than the other team that they beat.
Really?
Yeah, they have like 15 straight wins where they had less penalties than the other team, which is a record apparently.
Nice.
Which is funny. It's funny now that like because before we were just like pointing out like, oh, this and that. Now it's just like an actual stat. Like,
yeah, but I mean,
whatever.
Chiefs fans were dormant for what?
50 years.
50 years.
50 years. Hey, Chiefs fans, welcome back.
Dante Hall was your best fucking player. The human joystick. You had Montana for what? 1-2 years. Who gives a flying fuck about the Chiefs? Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs are there. Like the best team, the team that wins is there to be shit on.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
What the fuck?
Like y'all can't handle it.
And they're the most shit onable team out of any team in the NFL. Right.
So. And then another thing. Chiefs fans.
Own it.
But also, like y'all can't be like y'all know y'all are a little annoying. Y'all know Taylor Swift's annoying. Y'all know Patrick Mahomes' voices sounds a little stupid. Y'all know
Like
Britney.
what? Every Chiefs fan is now a fucking Taylor Swift lover now.
So every Chiefs fan
Loves Brittany
he
Mahomes.
loves
They love
Brittany Mahomes.
Jackson.
Yeah, come
They're
on
going to
now.
support
I ain't
everything
seen
that they
Jackson
do.
Mahomes in years.
Do they love Andy Reid's son? I bet they do.
Why'd you have to?
I
Why'd
don't
you
know.
have to go there?
I don't know.
Did he?
Sorry.
Was there anything fatal in that? Or was that just?
Can't remember.
Oh man, look at you fucking everything up. You have to fact check if your joke was able to make the podcast or not.
Nothing fatal.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Cool. Andy Reid's son then. Cool. All right, with that being said, we're gonna get out of here before we make fun of anybody else. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of On It. We'll be back on Tuesday to discuss all week 3 games. Predict Thursday night football, go over fantasy, talk some college football, some off the record shit. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.
Fuck off.